When we get caught in that social media world, to allow the voices in that world to bring us down. Well, we are here with Just Us Girls. It's just the girls from A Better Us. I have to my right my lovely daughter-in-law, Kara, and then Diane and Danielle, and it's just the girls. We are here without the guys.
Yeah.
Woohoo.
I know.
Having some fun.
I need girl time in my life.
so.
Yes.
I live with all men. I need
You
them.
sure do. You really do. Okay, so today, girls, as you know, it's all about social media. And I mean, that is a huge topic. We could talk about that for a long time because I have to be honest, like even on my way to filming today, I posted on social media. I took a picture of my outfits that I was going to wear. I said, I'm on my way to shoot some more Just Us Girls for A Better Us.
It didn't happen if you didn't post. right?
Exactly. But it's so ingrained in our lives, isn't it? Our connection to social media.
It is. I like when Dr. Mike said, it's like we are performing for the social media audience. And it's so true.
It's true.
Because it's like we're putting on a show because we want them to see everything we're doing. And, you know, and sometimes it's overwhelming, right? That we get so just ingrained in wanting to show everything that we're doing in life. And for myself personally, I'm not a social media girl.
You're not.
I
No,
don't
you're not.
post, you know, a lot of things and all of that. Pretty much because I don't have the time to do that,
Little
right?
busy.
And I'm glad, right? So, you know, every now and then I'll get into it, but yeah, I kind of stay away from it a little bit.
You're right, it does suck up our lives,
Yeah,
doesn't it?
yeah.
So thank you, Dr. Mike, for, don't you girls just love Dr. Mike?
I know, I love him.
Let's just all go down
He's
and
my
have a party
favorite.
on the beach.
On the
with
beach,
Dr.
right?
Mike.
Okay, you do know he's my cousin.
Yes.
Dr. Mike Roncesvalles, he's my first cousin. He is an amazing clinical psychologist with years of experience. But so he knows what he's talking about.
Well, road trip to see Dr. Mike.
Hey, there you go. Florida bound.
After
Here
this
we
taping,
come.
yes. Yes, but I think it's, I mean, he's wise, he's practical, and this is a real life modern subject that husbands and wives deal with because we're all on social media. And the thing that really, you know, kind of just hit me square between the eyes when he said it was that we always check on ourselves first. When we post something or see a photo, we're checking out for ourselves first. And something just spoke to me. Danielle, you can't be like that in real life. Like we need, as husbands and wives, to be checking in on each other first and making sure we're okay. And that's what Philippians says. Do nothing out of selfish ambition or vain conceit. Social media selfies.
That's a big ouch.
Preach. But consider each other better than yourselves. And so if I'm looking out for him and he's looking out for me, then we're both going to be okay. So who knew we could learn about selflessness with talking about selfies?
Also.
That's good. That was good.
I like that.
And when posting too, I love that he talked about posting with purpose because so often with the vain we can be like, look at us, so we're on the beach or we're eating ice cream or like showing off our lives to make it look like it's this incredible picture of fun and connectedness and most of the time, honestly, it's just a facade. And it's so easy to capture one moment and act like that is our whole life when really people don't see like the authentic parts of our lives, what it took to get to this point in our lives. We just give them like a look how happy we are, but they didn't know that maybe we struggled with A, B, and C, and we had to conquer some things before we could get here. And so I think posting with a purpose is so important because you can reach so many different people and then they know, okay, it's not just me. And we are the most connected yet disconnected society ever because we only show these glimpse of our lives and normally it's very, very happy and nobody wants to show the realness of who they are. And so I love that he said post with a purpose. Let people know that life always isn't this pretty picture, but give people hope that they can get through things, that things aren't always as pretty as they seem on social media.
That is so true.
So many people have a collection of photos that they just wait to post.
Yes.
They'll post something that happened last year and you think, oh, wow, they're living their best life today. No, that was last year. Today, they're in the bed sick, right? It's like, so like you said, it's a facade. Like we buy into that facade.
Yeah, we do.
So we have to be very careful.
And what happens is it can bubble up envy in our hearts and looking at other couples and, oh, they're out on, hashtag date night or whatever it is. And really, when I go out and share with women, I talk a lot about envy. And what I say is, envy shows you the gift, but not the grit. And we often see like this much. I could be on the screen right now, but you might not know I have slippers on in some filmings or something like that. So we see just a little glimpse, and we might see the blessing, but not the struggle that it took to get to a certain place. Or we might see the moment, click, we're smiling, and then right after that, we're arguing about which picture we're going to post, right? So it can really cause us to become envious of one another and other couples around us. And really, I mean, majority of the time, 90% of the time, we're in our sweats, eating ice cream, watching TV, and we're not at, some high-end restaurant, anything like that. So we have to be careful because we don't want others to feel the way that we do. If we know it's going to project something, a feeling that we've felt ourselves, we don't want to do that. We got to look out for each other.
It all boils down to my heart. Where is my heart in doing this, in putting these pictures and putting these posts up? A number of years ago, you might remember I hosted a women's talk show called Full Circle.
Full Circle, yes.
That went on for 6 years. But when we first had the idea for Full Circle, and I was really praying through, God, what do you want us to do through this show? There was a scripture that the Lord brought to me that I really felt was good to base the whole idea, concept of the show on. And it's a good idea to keep the scripture in mind when we're looking at what we do with social media. And it's a scripture verse found in Romans chapter 12, verses 1 and 2, and it's in the Message translation. And this is what we based the talk show Full Circle on, which I think we can incorporate into our own lives now. It says, don't become so well adjusted to your culture that you fit into it without even thinking. Instead, fix your attention on God. You'll be changed from the inside out. Readily recognize what He wants from you, and quickly respond to it. Unlike the culture around you, always dragging you down to its level of immaturity, God brings the best out of you, develops well-formed maturity in you.
Wow, that's perfect.
Isn't that good? Because we don't want to, because it's so easy when we get caught in that social media world to allow the voices in that world to bring us down.
That's right.
Or just a distraction. I can think of, we were at a concert recently and we're watching someone that we were so excited to see, and I was looking out through the crowd and everyone's just holding their phone up and looking through their phone because they wanted to video, no doubt, to put it on their social media, their Insta stories or whatever it is, and they're missing
Sometimes
the
have to
moment.
take in the moment.
They're missing. So how much are we missing together in our lives with our spouse, with our kids, that we're just not going to get back because we were too distracted?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
a good point.
Good
Very good
point.
point.
So watch our hearts and make sure we're living in the moment.
Yes.
Good stuff. Thanks, girls. Well, you stay with us because there will be more moments to come right after this.